I am working in nepalsummit.com. I am a teacher of Cooperative Journalist Association. It's called CJN in short. I think Sanjeev sir and another board of director. Another sir is very well known about CJN. I think Unal and Anca is not well known about CJN, but you know all about this today. So now we are going to discuss about cooperative journalism and effect of COVID-19 pandemic. I want to request Mr. Khilana Dal, who is not in here. I hope he will join with us at later. We are going to start Zoom meeting with veteran journalist in cooperative beat. Today we are here for share current situation of cooperative journalists. Now we are facing COVID-19 pandemic all over the world. So in this pandemic situation, how co-op journalists are doing their jobs and what is the condition of them in this pandemic. Now we are going to share our speakers' views and experience in India, Turkey, London, and Nepal also. Cooperative journalist, and you know about our cooperative journalist and our movement, our work and our movement. You know about this. I want to introduce our program's speakers. First, I want to introduce our ladies speaker. She is so talented, energetic, and most beautiful. Anca from London. Anca, welcome to our program.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Anca is a multilingual journalist with a passion for co-ops and social entrepreneurs. She joined the Co-ops News in 2012, where she is now the international editor, cooperative and engaging with cooperators from across the world. She has a master's in web journalism and a first-class bachelor's degree in politics and international relations. Welcome to our program, Ms. Anca, again.
Thank you very much for having me.
Likewise, we have a smart, young, and talented man, Mr. Rajesh Khanal. He is a senior reporter in Republica English National Daily. He is also former vice chair or chairperson of CJN. Welcome to our program, Rajesh Dai.
Namaste, everyone. Hello.
He is a lecturer also. He is former senior reporter in Kathmandu Post English Daily. I think Sanjeev sir, you all known about Kathmandu Post too.
Yeah, definitely.
Our another speaker, very much talented and experienced persons and respected too, Mr. Sanjaya Verma. Welcome to our program, Sanjay sir.
Thank you.
He is from India with around 25 years of experience in cooperative development. Sanjay is currently DY Director Publications and PR in National Cooperative Union of India and editor of well-known cooperative magazine, The Cooperator. We know very well about The Cooperator. His book Publication Relation and Media is Cooperatives was released last year. Presently member of ICAAP Research Committee. He is also a member of editorial board of International Journal of Cooperative Management and Accounting, published by Sovi Business School, Canada. Welcome to our program, Sanjeev sir.
Thank you.
And we have another talented and smart man, Mr. Unal Ornek from Turkey. Now he is a freelancer cooperative journalist. He is a founder president of the Association of Agriculture Writers and Journalists. which brings together agriculture and cooperative journalists like our CJN. He worked part-time for National Public TV as a program advisor about agriculture and cooperatives in 2004 to 2009. He worked as a project team leader in the World Bank project for the institutional development of farmers organization. He has been working as an education, research, and foreign relation coordinator at the Central Association of Forestry Cooperative of Turkey since 2009 to 2016. We haven't our president. When he will join, then I will call him. Now I would like to invite Mr. Anca for her speech. She will give a speech about cooperative journalism, journalism in British and effect of pandemic. Anca, Anca, it's your turn.
Thank you, Sharmila. Thank you for the introduction, and it's nice to meet everyone. I've known some of you, but I haven't met all of you properly, so it's nice to put a face on people's names. I've been with Coop News, as Sharmila said, since 2012. I joined after graduating from university. And I didn't really know much about cooperatives when I joined. I don't know about the rest of you, but when I joined, I simply applied to the job for the job. I didn't really know much about the cooperative sector. I'm originally from Romania, and I moved to the UK just to study, and then I got this job, so I stayed afterwards. We don't have as long of a history of cooperatives in Romania. So I didn't know much about them, and I tended to associate them with state ownership and forced collectivization. So I didn't really know much about the cooperative movement in the UK. And once I joined, I started to find out more about this business model. And I was really fascinated by it, by how it can contribute to local communities and benefit members and employees as well. When I joined, it was the International Year of Cooperatives as well. I think we all remember it was a big celebration, 2012. So we had the big conference here in Manchester, Cooperatives United it was called. It was the ICA Congress. And I got to meet a lot of cooperators. I was very impressed with how international the movement was as well. I didn't know there was an international cooperative movement. So it's been a learning curve ever since for me. I found out more and more about the movement. In the UK, we are the only publication writing about cooperatives specifically. There are other publications that occasionally mention cooperatives or that focus on the social and solidarity economy, but we're the only publication specifically focused on cooperatives. And to tell you a little bit about Coop News, I think some of you may already know about us or may already read us, but might not be familiar with the long history we've had. We were initially set up in 1871 by the retail sector in the UK. And initially Coop News was very much a UK-focused magazine. The magazine at the time wrote about what was happening within the cooperative sector in the UK, but they occasionally had articles from cooperators in other countries or from reporters who had traveled to other countries. So there was always an interest in what was happening in other countries and in other parts of the world within the UK cooperative movement. And we had a specific section within the magazine focused on stories from abroad. But it wasn't something that was explored properly until the early 2000s, when obviously Coop News started having its own website and publishing content on its website. And the editor at the time noticed that a lot of the readers came from abroad, the readers on the website. So they decided to have a whole international section in the magazine as well, because people in the UK were keen to find out what was happening abroad. And so we've had over the last couple of years more and more international content, and it has been an important area of growth for us, this, because there has been a demand from both the UK and from other countries as well to have like a kind of a news hub for cooperatives. So in terms of how COVID has affected us, we're working, like probably all of you, from home at the moment. We're still in a sort of a lockdown in the UK, although it's not a very strict lockdown at the moment, but the number of cases is going up again. So there might be that in a couple of weeks, it might be that in a couple of weeks time, we'll have to stay at home all the time and not go shopping at all and stuff like that. So we don't know what will happen, but we've continued to work from home and we've continued to publish content on our website. And we also have we still have the printed magazine, and that goes out on a monthly basis to our subscribers, and they've continued to receive that. So nothing has stopped really. We've worked from home as usual, like probably all of you really. I think we're all in the same situation. But it's difficult in the sense that there are no events at the moment. So the job has become a lot more home-based, and we don't get to be as active as we used to be. So I really miss that. But we've continued to keep our subscribers informed. Oh, and in terms of our subscribers, I was going to mention that as well. The majority of our subscribers are either cooperative societies, the retail societies, or other cooperatives. And then we have individual members as well. These can be anyone, anywhere in the world, people who just want to read the magazine, and some opt for receiving the print issue, and some just have the digital version, because there's a digital version as well. But everyone can access our website. I've said that the magazine was set up in 1871, so next year will be a really big anniversary for us, 150 years since we were set up. So we're planning a couple of events, but I can't give you any details as of yet because nothing has been yet approved by our board. But expect to see a lot more on this in the coming months. So we're planning a couple of celebratory events. Well, obviously it depends on what the COVID situation is going to be next year. We don't know yet, but we have a couple of events in the pipeline anyway. So it will be good to have people involved in that as well. I think that's it from me. I don't know what else I should say, really. I think all of you are familiar with our work anyway. So yeah, that's it from me. I look forward to hearing your stories and your thoughts.
Okay, thank you, Anca. Thank you for your situation and telling us your situation. I want to invite to Mr. Rajesh Khanal. Think he will give a speech cooperative journalism in Nepal and how they suffering COVID-19 pandemic. Rajesh Bhai, it's your turn.
Okay, good evening once again, all of you. I also, in Nepal also, this cooperative movement was started 6 decades ago. Cooperative movements in some area, it is doing good, but it is not more than 2 decades that it has taken the pace in Nepal. And cooperative journalism is one of the sideline, one that is not taken as the main bit in Nepalese journalism. I myself also, after joining Kathmandu Post about 12 years back, I worked there in Kathmandu Post, one of the main English media in Nepal. I worked there for 10 years, and recently, about 1.5 years, I moved to another main streamlined media, that is Republica House, means it is mainly Republic Media, it is called. And My Republica, it's subscription. If you visit the online portal or the link, you can get access through the My Republica. And the cooperative was also, at that time also, I when I joined Kathmandu Post, I took the charge of the looking after cooperative at that time. Previous to that, almost no coverage for the news was done on the cooperative sector in particular. And me myself initiated for the move. But even though that was not the main bit of my own, I took the overall business and the economics journalism, and I took it by side only. That is the situation in Nepal. Actually, only in the after this Nepal adopted a open market policy, free market policy since 1992. After restoration of the democracy, when the main power, main royalist power came to the in the hand of the people, and royalists were only as the ceremonial at that time by that movement, people's movement. In 1990 the movement took place, and from 1992 Nepal adopted the liberalization policy, and thereafter the private sector they started growing up. But previous to that situation, almost they were in the very few private sectors where they were doing a good business, and they did not have much ability to work in the field. And after that, their capacity enhancement takes place after 1992, and more have been done. Even if it is not much, but some trainings were given in this sector, and capacity building were also there in this sector, and slowly this cooperative journalism started taking place. And even at that time, mostly the negative news only means like the people swindling away them with the money, or this cooperative we are doing this much of the fault, or this much of the anomalies they are doing. Only those type of the news were mainly highlighted at that time. But recently it is a bit different. The cooperative movement has also been strengthened because people are now more and more educated, and even in the rural areas there's the urbanization, rapid urbanization is taking place, and people are going abroad for employment. Remittances they earn, that is helpful to generate their income, and they have started investing in their own at the local level. And the cooperative, they also started feeling the need for the cooperative. And nowadays nowadays it is being the I rather say it is in the past 7-8 years there has been a lot of change we see, even in the rural area and in the cooperative movement, cooperative sector, and even in the cooperative journalism. That is the situation in Nepal. But many good stories also they are coming, and there some of the media they cover the many good stories nowadays. But even though there are there's not mainstream media does not give even now they did not go give much space to the means much value to the cooperative related news. There are around half a dozen around of the monthly magazines. They are properly based on the cooperative. They're printing out the publications as well, and fortnightly few, and weekly few newspaper and magazines are also working, and they are covering this news. And since in the recent days in Nepal, the online portals have been grown in a very large number. This is an online news media. There is a lot of online news media. It is increasing in the past 5 years, basically, I would rather say. So, and with the growth of the online portal, the cooperative news are now being covered in the this electronic version rather than the print version. So many nowadays online portal covers a very lot of good news also. They on here they publish in their in online portal. And just this afternoon I see some of the very good news related with the cooperative, that many people who come back from the foreign employment, now they are encouraged to work with the cooperative, to join the cooperative. They are started the agricultural business or different this type of things. I just read some few news, few the story this afternoon. So the online portal is somewhat, it is covering, it is giving much space to the cooperative related news nowadays, and still the print media somewhat is lagging over there. I also accept myself being working in that print media I'm basically work for, but print media barely news, barely cover very few news. Not I not say none of them, but few news that they cover. And this cooperative journalist society, this it was established 1 decade ago. After this establishment of this association or the society, the cooperative are also it is doing good in the cooperative media sector. It is bringing in forth the mainly the views of the cooperator or the activist in the cooperative movement, and it is doing the advocacy related with the cooperative, and it is mainly working as a bridge between the government, cooperative sector, and the people as well. And even after the start of this pandemic, about this lockdown started in Nepal since March 24, and recently, just a week back, it was lifted up. And though it is somewhat, there is some restriction. Not all in all, it is quite open, but there is some restriction. But movement has been started a lot, and also cases has been spiked up. If you see the just yesterday and today's news, it is 1800 new this infected people's have been developed yesterday, and today it is around 1300 around. And the cases of the it is the death is also around 400 people have been died. And in the past 5 months, this cooperative journalist society have done a lot of this Zoom meeting and Zoom program related program, and it has brought those this expert in this platform, and we have the several times of the discussion. And after that, now the cooperatives, this awareness for the cooperative is much growing. I've also felt that myself. So it is doing good in the very recent days. In the because it was in the past is just it was when it was established, it was at the crawling stage, and there was also the government sector and the people also did not give much recognition to the society also. And but now it is being well recognized, and government sector, even the cooperatives are giving it much value. So in that way, this the sector is growing forward, and now the many and previously the government also did not have much laws to embrace it or to frame it with in the various actions and various ground. But there are many laws now have been formulated, though it is not as expected or not it is sufficient. I rather say, but it is being doing good in this sector. And if you ask me if it is to consider during this pandemic, this cooperative has done a lot in the to maintain the supply side in our case. Basically, from the rural Nepal, it has helped. It is helping the rural people or the local farmers, the poor farmers, to bring their product in the market. But the problem is there is everywhere the lockdown and the market were closed, and the many goods were spoiled. That but the cooperative has tried their best to bring these things in the even to the market. So but government itself has also restricted the cooperative movement at this moment also. So they are a type of somewhat, they are a bit handicapped, I would say. Not they are free to do of their own whatever they want to do. And but still they have done the good job in this pandemic, in this lockdown. So in the coming days, if and basically in Nepal, there's the problem of the technology in the cooperative sector. So technology, they are not much used to using the technology. Even the banking sector now have started. It has grown up a bit better than before. Then the cooperative also they have to introduce the new technologies. If that happen in the coming days, it will do very good, I think. And in my personal view, if you ask, cooperative is much needed in Nepal, because in the very remote area, the bank and financial sector and even the other type of this mechanism may not work in the rural area, and it is only the cooperative who is in touch with the grassroots level people. So in the coming days, I'm also bit it's quite hopeful that it will do good in the coming days. That's my part. Okay, thank you for now. If there is anything, I'd like to discuss later on.
Thank you, Rajesh Dai. Rajesh Dai is very know about our sector, our cooperative journalism sector. He told a very explain our condition. Our president, Mr. Khilanath Dahal, and global board member, Ms. Uldevi, are having problem for logging, so that they couldn't come to here. They just text me. But one is good thing, we have our founder president, Mr. Yadav Kumarai. He is in here, and many our member are having problem to log in. I don't know why. I think it's a problem. So I want to continue our program. So I want to invite to Mr. Sanjaya Verma sir. I hope he will give a speech cooperative journalism in India and how suffering in COVID-19 pandemic, etc. He will address it. And I know India is a large country, and India have a lots of cooperatives. So Sanjay sir, I would like to request to you, please, it's your turn.
First of all, am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes. We have our members have lots of problem. That's why they are asking how can join.
So first of all, I will thank Nepal Association of Cooperative Journalists for inviting me. Mr. Yadav, Mr. Rajesh, Sharmila, and the chair, I think the chairman and Om Devi Malla are not there. And I will also welcome all the panelists, Anca, Unal, and my colleague, senior colleague, Ved Prakash is also there. So, in fact, I really, the subject of this, discussion is very, very relevant. Cooperative journalism and its effect on COVID. Because I think, first of all, this cooperative journalism is a totally neglected subject these days. And it's totally simply because, generally it is believed that communications, and it's a fact and reality that communication is considered the weakest link in the cooperative sector. And so is the case with cooperative journalism. So it's a very good initiative that Nepal Association of Cooperative Journalists has taken up this subject as a discussion, and because this issue has come to the forefront, and particularly in the case of COVID, and its relationship with COVID has also to be explored in the current times also. So, taking all these things into consideration, and recently we have seen that during the, I will not talk much about COVID situation because everybody knows about it, and because it has totally destroyed the world economy, and many of the jobs, they have gone from every sector like that. And all the speakers, they were telling about, the rising incidence of COVID. Even Anca also told me that in UK also the situation is increasing. And Rajesh also told me that it's increasing. And surprisingly, in India also the same situation is there. And we had also very stringent lockdown in India. But now many of the restrictions have eased down. and the situation is becoming normal, but still many of the offices, they are working, they have their work from home also. So, and the similar situation we are facing here also. But the most heartening aspect is that amidst all this crisis, the cooperative sector, has continued to surge ahead. And we see many of the stories about the growth of the cooperatives, that cooperatives have not been unaffected much like that, despite this COVID situation. And particularly in India, everybody has gone through the stories of how, Amul, IFCO, their growth has been unhindered because of this COVID also. Because everybody knows about Amul also, that how when, because of the lockdown situation, there was a disruption in the supply chain, and Amul, because of its strong, chain of cooperative dairy cooperatives and members who had strong faith in the cooperative sector, they were able to avert this crisis, and they were able to provide the milk commodities to the people in the cities, towns without any disruption. So, and similarly, IFCO also, it kept on its production target, and it in some cases exceeded the production target also. So all the cooperative, particularly the business cooperative organizations, even there is a big marketing cooperative, Haryana, Markfed is there. So Markfed business also, it's the biggest, Asia's biggest marketing cooperative. So all these business cooperatives, some of them really did well. But again, the situation was bad in the other cooperatives also. But it was a mixed situation, and I'll not say that the cooperative sector was unaffected. Cooperative sector has been unaffected, but still the cooperatives have been able to, make their presence felt in them despite all this situation. And NCUI being the apex organization of the cooperative movement, NCUI continued to champion the cause of the cooperatives, do the advocacy. And there, I will come more about, journalism aspect like that. So NCUI being the apex organization of the cooperative movement comes up with a, monthly magazine, The Cooperator, which is the national level magazine, containing the cooperative news, articles, more opinions about the cooperative development in the country. And all the cooperative, state level cooperative organizations look forward to the Cooperator, as as the national mouthpiece magazine of the cooperative sector. But because of this COVID, and there are other, cooperative magazines in India. For example, in the state level cooperative organizations, they come up with their own cooperative magazines in Hindi and in other regional languages also. So all this, cooperative journalism got a big shock because of this crisis, because, of the sudden change in the situation. This was a crisis situation. And how in a crisis communications, there the role of cooperative journalism comes like that. What should be its role, that how should it, strategically position itself? If it is a crisis, then how it can turn this crisis into opportunities. So these were the issues confronted by the cooperative journals in India also. The big challenge was, that if people are not working from the offices, then they're working from homes. But the thing was that how to, highlight those stories about the cooperatives, because in India, cooperatives were quite active in contributing to measures against the corona pandemic, whether it is monetary, whether it is providing sanitizers, whether it is providing food packets. The cooperatives have been in forefront in all these fields like that. And even in NCUI also, we were in the forefront of providing help to the needy and providing help and assistance to the needy also. So these stories were there. So what happened that all the cooperative journals started focusing on these stories like that. And these stories were being highlighted in the cooperative newspapers also, news magazines also. But the main thing was that big challenge was because of the disruption, because of the lockdown, disruption in the postal services. These magazines were not printed like that. And there was a big awareness that now we have to go online. So a strong realization came because of this crisis in this COVID, that journals have to be online. So in NCI level, National Cooperative Union of India, we publish the Cooperator, which is widely distributed to all the cooperative organizations in India in region and state level. We were in fact printing the magazine, but because of this crisis, we face a situation that now we have to go online. So we took the initiative, and we took this crisis, we turned this crisis into an opportunity like that, that now let's go online. So we came up with a COVID special of edition of our magazine, highlighting on the the contributions of cooperatives in measures against COVID, and we also sent the invites to all the major high dignitaries in the cooperative sector, like chairmen, MDs, and academicians and experts, to come up with thought-provoking articles on how on their perception of this COVID situation, how cooperatives can come out of this crisis, and what is their thought on this situation. So we came up with a very good edition of our magazine, and we got good contributions from everybody like that. So that was that was the initiative which we took. And but most importantly, other organizations also, they were printing the magazines. They resorted to online methods like that. For example, NAFCAB, also National Federation of Urban Cooperative Banks, it's a member institution of NCI. It also started sending its online newsletters to all the subscribers also. So there was a realization that we should be innovative in this hour of crisis like that. So that is a big lesson, effect of COVID on cooperative journalism, that in India, there is now a realization that, we should go more online, considering the digital trends in the country also. And recently, the government in India, they have come up with, notifications that you go for, there should not be printing of digital diaries, digital folders, digital, all these things. There should not be printing of diaries, and there should be digital diary also, printing of folders. So all these things, the government is trying to, discourage all these things. So so digital methods are being encouraged because of this, crisis situation of COVID in India. So there is a realization that cooperative journalism should be mixed like that. We should go for print, minimum copies, we should go for print, and more importantly, we should go for the online version of our magazines. But if it is online version of the magazines, the challenge is that the content should be very, very good. It should be short. It should be, feature-ish. It should be more interview-based. And it should be more, related to the current developments in the cooperative sector. So if the online journalism is there, and Anca is already there, because I have seen that, a lot of, topical developments, recent things discussed on news.com like that. So similar type of thinking is there, that if you are going for online like that, you should be the content should be very good. So this is a big lesson from all this COVID in this situation. And most importantly, I feel, that another big realization has been that that cooperative journalism, because Rajesh is also telling me that, in Nepal, so many online portals, they have come up on cooperatives also. And because of that, the print cooperative media is facing a lot of pressure also. But India, the situation is not there like that. We have got only one portal which is becoming very popular, that is indiancooperative.com. It's a website, it's a portal independently owned by it's a private body like that. So it also became quite active during the COVID crisis. It covered many of the news items related to COVID concerning the cooperative organizations, and it came up with interviews and features of the important people in the cooperative organization. But besides this portal, there are not many other portals. There is no other portal in India about independent portal about the cooperative news. So it's a big void in the cooperative sector in India as far as online portal is concerned when we compare the situation with Nepal like that. So another realization because of this COVID, because the title of this discussion is effect on COVID like that. So there was a strategic shift in the thinking that cooperative journalism should have more social media orientation, because here cooperative organizations, they become very aware that they need to use their social media platforms very actively. Those social media, the social media platforms of those cooperative organizations which were inactive suddenly became active during the COVID times. And this was a big change because that showed that the cooperative journalism should embrace about social media. And those social media may be of a different subject like that. For that, a separate discussion is required. But still, cooperative journalism, social media component cannot be taken away from the field of cooperative journalism. So that is why I'm discussing this thing, because there was because those platforms which were inactive started becoming active, and the people, there was a lot of awareness that now the magazines are not coming. People have to work from home. So why don't you send the tweets about the contribution of the cooperative organizations, how they are contributing to this anti-COVID like that. So many of the cooperative organizations became active and they started sending news updates through tweets on these social media platforms and with photos also. And in India also, some of the organizations, for example, IFCO is there, AMUL is there. In IFCO, AMUL, the top dignitaries, the MDs of these two organizations became very active on social media, and they are still very active. And that has sent a message to all the officials there that you use the social media platform to highlight the activities of of your organization, achievements of your organization. So, and similarly in NCY also, NCY being the apex organization of the cooperative movement, we were forced to use more social media platform actively because of this COVID situation. So we, continue to post latest developments about the cooperatives, the contribution of cooperatives against COVID. We came up with, and we also use social media platforms. For example, we started using Facebook Live, and we came up with Facebook Live of the messages of our NCY president, which was sent to all like that. So it was disseminated to all. So that was a strategy which we used because of this COVID crisis like that. So there's a strong realization that we should now more use social media platform like that. And now comes that, for example, Rajesh is working in a mainstream media media paper, in a newspaper in Nepal like that. So similarly, when I see, because if I discuss about cooperative journalism, if I don't discuss about cooperative mainstream media newspapers, then it will be incomplete, my talk. So here also in India, the cooperative mainstream media newspapers, during this COVID, it's not that there is a perception here that, and there is a widespread world perception that mainstream media newspapers, they take a negative perception about the cooperatives. They highlight only the negative stories of the cooperatives. But during the COVID, I saw that many of the mainstream newspapers, they came up with stories about cooperatives, how the cooperatives have been contributing to this contributing to measures against COVID like that. How some of the cooperative, they came up with success stories of how the cooperatives in the grassroots level areas, they have done well despite all this COVID situation. So, and how some of the cooperative organizations, they have not been affected and they are continuing to grow in a big way, like not in a big way, but still they are totally unaffected by all these crises. So a positive oriented stories of the cooperatives in the mainstream press also happened. But again, because the cooperative organizations in India, they face a lot of challenges. They don't have strong resources for PR. for communications, for journalism, for hiring, independent journalists. So in India, what happens is that one person is doing so many things. He's not totally focusing on cooperative journalism. There are few organizations who can devote so much resources to develop, cooperative journalists in a pure and professional way like that. So that is a big challenge also, and this was reflected in this COVID crisis, and that is why many of the organizations, they took to the social media platforms, which is very cost effective, cheap also, and there was and I simply see that trend changing, because I see that many of the officials in the cooperative organizations, they are becoming social media journalists in their organizations, because it becomes very cheap that you attend an event and post a brief about the event, outcome of the event with some photos, and it becomes viral like that. And time factor is also very important, because that news is then being covered on the website a day, 2 days after that, and again in the magazine 1 month after that, and again in the newspaper after maybe 20 hours later like that. So that timeliness, that time factor, realization that social media, because of this time factor, is very easy, cost effective way. So many of the people, started in the officials, in the cooperative organizations, they started transforming themselves as a social media journalist for this organization. And I think it's a positive trend for all those things. But again, the challenge briefly, I will end up my speech, because again, the challenge is there that how, print media, cooperative print media has to be sustainable in India like that. Should we go for online or like that completely, or should we have a balanced approach like that? To what extent should we use social media platform in this, because of this COVID, this situation has changed a lot of awareness about this thing. And again, at a situation when we see that, in India, the cooperative journalists mainstream cooperative journalists have lost jobs because of this COVID. Around at least 30,000, I was reading yesterday that 30,000 journalists have been forced to get out of their jobs in India like that. So in this situation, cooperatively owned newspapers or magazines can be started. That model we have to really explore in India. For example, Anca is there. Her model is totally, cooperative owned model is there. News Corp is working based on that model. So we need to explore those type of models in India also, where cooperative type of ownership is there in the publications, whether it is in online, whether it is in print like that. So that will give a new lease of life to not only cooperative journalism, but it can be also a game changer for mainstream journalism also, at a time when we see that many of the print magazines, they have stopped their publications, and many they have come out of their jobs. So these are the questions I just leave at the end of my discussion. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, Sanjay sir, for explaining your country's situation, your country's cooperative journalism situation, and overall mainstream journalism situation too. I'm so happy to heard it, but I'm so sad to 30,000 journalists are left on their job on this pandemic. So sad to hear it. But I want to ask you one question, sir. How many co-op journalists are left on this time, left on their job on this time, sir? Sir, your microphone is muted.
I was talking about mainstream journalists, ma'am, not cooperative journalists. Mainstream journalists. I was talking about mainstream journalists.
Still, no one cooperative journalist are left their job, sir. Still, they are existing.
No. I was talking about mainstream journalists.
Yes,
mainstream newspapers journalists like that, not cooperative journalists. General. I was talking about.
Okay, okay, sir. I will come to you after Anal, sir. Now, sir, I want to ask with you about your country's cooperative journalism situation and COVID-19 pandemic. Please It's your turn.
Is okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Firstly, I thank you very much, Mr. Verma and Anca and Rajesh. Also, Mr. Verma explained all situation about journalism, because you know, is 21st century really it's a very difficult time for journalists. Also in Turkey, is many journalists lost job because technology change and digital social media increasing, and so that some journalists using old old systems, unfortunately, and many magazine and lives later become online, and they lost income. But it's maybe it's sectoral journalism is different situation, but also sectoral journalism spans same problem, because reality I work agriculture sector and cooperative sector journalism, or my association, and unfortunately we lost also my friends lost job, and because many magazine closed, many newsletter closed, newspaper closed, and TV channel too, because you know innovation about the changing technology and social media affect our field, and so that but it's good things this century is for cooperative movement. Cooperative movement right now is increasing all over the world. All over the world right now discuss about cooperative movement, because you know right now all over the world have many problems. Also right now COVID-19 problem affect all over the world, and social side, economic side, and right now in Turkey, for example, many municipality and government before some businessman was against the cooperative movement. Right now, they talk about how we can use cooperative movement. About this subject is cooperative journalist is very important for promotion and for education to people. And because, on other hand, also, okay, we lost our job, but we need challenge and we need opportunity about this subject, and we must find and we must think about it, because you know, and right now social media side needs more journalists, mostly is cooperative journalists, because why? People need information. Right now everybody stay in home, and everybody use a marketing, and cooperative change their marketing system, their promotion system, their education system. And firstly is we spent a very terrible time. We lost job, but it's right now, if any journalist about agriculture and cooperative side have a good capacity, and they can find a very easy job. For example, right now, thank you, Anca, for Coop UK. I follow all news. So thank you for India also. I follow all activities. But you see, and right now we know to each other, we follow to each other, we share your news to other countries and other peoples. Right now, for example, in England, in India, also I know every day I watch is Amul program, for example, is wonderful. I explain to everybody. Also, but it's other hand, like now is webinar programs is change TV programs side, because you know right now many people in Turkey, they don't like, most is young generation, they don't like watch TV, and so that they follow is YouTube and social media side, and made webinar meeting too, because webinar meeting is organizing very easy, and we can get more detailed information. For journalists must think about it, because you know really is I appreciate you, because first time I joined this kind of meeting about the cooperative journalism. It's a wonderful thing for future, because many years ago, we are freelance journalists. Okay, we write about the agriculture, we write about the cooperative movement, but we don't think like a sectoral or thematic journalism. But right now, we are discussed on TV or some magazine site, mostly online, online magazines and online streaming live webinar meetings. We explain everything. Okay, right now we have employment problem, but about this subject, I'm saying to all cooperatives in my country and other countries, all cooperatives, please support cooperative journalism, because you know, as all sectors must support their journalism. Also, many countries doing, for example, we are a member of the International Agriculture Journalists Federation, and in federation we have like more than 50 members. Also, many countries I'm very happy because some sectors support their journals. And I explained to a cooperative side, please, and firstly, they must give job to some cooperative journals. Other hand, they must support them, because, you know, right now, okay, social media site is nice, but must bring money for journalism side and must bring employment too. But unfortunately, about this subject, we have some problem, because, you know, is webinars and other things really is good for education, for promoting, but it's reality. We need money, because each journalist have family, they need income, and so that for future we must think about it, and maybe in future we can talk in International Cooperative Alliance and others level about this subject, because all countries cooperative, okay, each cooperative in Turkey have magazine, newsletter, everything's okay, but it's reality now is all cooperative press advisor. I'm saying maybe they are not directly is journalists, but is they help to journalist side, and we can have some collaboration to each other. We can share needs to each other, because we are mostly, I'm appreciate to cooperative side, we are brother and sister. We share all experience to each other. And many years ago, because I worked is farmer organization mostly in Turkey, and farmer needs cooperative movement too much. When I explained to people about the cooperative models and experience, it was very difficult. But right now, I'm so lucky. I share, for example, Indian experience, England, Nepal, any country's experience, very easy. I like to make friends to each other. Also, for example, about this meeting, I explained to my friends, there is one nice meeting. Also, thank you so much to everybody. And maybe we can organize this meeting with other countries, because, you know, other countries' journalists need this kind of support. And it is very important, cooperative leaders, because they must understand that there is the cooperative journalists, they need cooperative journalist support, because, you know, cooperative journalists is very important for education. Maybe everybody can work in cooperative. Everybody maybe can be professionally cooperative worker. Unfortunately, somebody explained this movement. Somebody explains some rules about the cooperative movement. About this subject is cooperative journalists is doing good job, and so that for future we must organize this kind of meeting like that, and we must share to each other, and we must think about how we can support cooperative journalists is employment. Other hand is COVID-19 really is a very terrible situation for all over the world, and right now everybody working home. But it's unfortunately countryside, everybody go to field, everybody work in cooperative factory, because no way, people need food and people need service. And so that we must think is COVID-19 is a very dangerous situation, but bring a new opportunity. Right now, we think more digital, we think more innovation, because right now we don't have, okay, face-to-face, difficult to understand to each other, but is in the in the digital side, 24 hours we have contact, because before, you know, in 1 month or into 1 year we can meet to each other, but right now is there is many meetings all over the world, we can share our experience. And mostly about this subject is cooperative journalists have more information, more news, and so that they can give this kind of news very easy their on their online newsletter, because right now many friends have is in the social media site, Facebook site, as a group. Also in Turkey, I organize Coop News TR, like a Coop UK and other countries. It's wonderful things, because if mostly is very important things for academician side, is university side and research side, because these guys need more information, and cooperative journals this kind can give in this kind of information. After COVID-19, I know many friends lost job because many cooperatives spent terrible time. But I believe that day by day we can solve all problems, and we can learn how we live, how we survive. And for future is we need more collaboration, we need more solidarity. And thank you very much, everybody, because before me, all speaker explained all detail, and we know all situations similar all over the world. Thank you very much to everybody.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Anal sir. I want to ask to Sanjay sir. Sanjay sir, you explained very well about our mainstream journalism, and you explained why they didn't give very much space for cooperatives. It's worldwide problem. I think it's a worldwide problem. So Sanjay sir.
Also, is all journalists all over the same situation. Also, we support in Turkey, for example, journalists come together, organize cooperative too. Because in right now, okay, we lost job, but we are working cooperative movement. We must think cooperative way. And right now in Turkey, some journalists come together, organize some website. They organize online newspaper, and they organize some webinar, and so that they can find an easy job, because right now is stream journalist site is changing, because the world changing, and everybody think like a thematic. For example, the tourism sector and other the service sector, because each cooperative movement have different phase. And some part, for example, is social co-ops is in the COVID-19 period in Europe side is maybe Anca follow more than me, and social cooperatives doing great job in Italy and other countries. And about this subject, for example, some journalists guys have good experience, and so that they must change their working way, because you know world changing, and or innovation affect everything. And for future we must find different way, because right now it's very easy get information all over the world, and very easy get because before when we were working it was difficult to get some information and some sectors and government side and academic side. But right now we are lucky, we can get information. Okay, some information is maybe not right, but we can understand is right or not. And for future, for all journalists, there is a way, but we must come together, we must work together. Okay, we can advise to people, come together, be cooperative, but cooperative and all journalists must come together. They must establish a cooperative for their future.
Okay, Anal sir, thank you so much for your answer. I want to ask to Sanjay sir. Where is Sanjay sir? Hello, Sanjay sir. I think he is disconnected. Hello. 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 It's okay. I want to ask Anca. Anca, what are the possibility to do? What are the possibility do you see in possibility of forming global association of co-op journalism? If yes, what can be modality and how can we proceed? And before that, I want to ask Sanjay sir, but I don't know where is he. So Anca, it's your turn. Anca, you are muted.
I'm sorry. I think Unal is saying he has to go. Good to see you now. Yes, I think that would be a good idea. Perhaps it could be formed as an association, an association of cooperative journalists. I think that would be good, because we all, I mean, a lot of what I've heard today are issues we are facing every day as well. So it would be good to be able to share this on a regular basis and to exchange experience, because we're all facing the same issues. Going online is another big thing for us as well. We still have the print publication, but we're trying to focus on online and on the digital aspect of it more and more. The problem, as the others have said, is generating an income from online, because people will pay for the print issue, but not necessarily for online. So they can read our stories online for free. So why should they subscribe? Is one of the questions. But then some publications have paywalls, and then they don't work either. So it's difficult to know what works, I think. And Unal is right. I think we need the cooperative movement in our specific countries, and maybe even at global level, to support us in some capacity, because it will probably get more and more difficult. I imagine a lot of cooperatives will be affected by COVID and will have to cut costs. So I could see them cutting funding maybe, or not willing to spend on cooperative journalism. But I think that's essential to keep members informed still. And members do want that. But it's a difficult question. On the one hand, we're asking ourselves whether we should continue to focus on having a print issue, or we should just completely switch to digital, issues that I don't think this is specific to cooperative journalism. I think it's an issue that all journalists face and all publications face, and the print media in general. It's a discussion we've been having for years now, on whether there's a future for print or not. It's difficult to know, really. I think some trade magazines are doing well still, but it's very difficult to predict, especially with the new generation coming through. They will want to read their news through apps. They will want to have access to news features through their phone on an app or something like that. But then to have your own app is expensive. You have to invest in that to begin with, and you don't know whether it's going to be successful. So I think it's difficult, but together we can find solutions, or we're more likely to find solutions together.
We should discuss more and more, no? What about you, Anil sir?
Thank you, Anca. And I must say that also every time we can find a way, because you know why. Right now is digital technology is bring us is very easy connection. Many years ago, we think about the association, federation, blah, blah, something, you know. But it's firstly is for journalists can come together one digital platform together. Firstly, because, you know, cooperative journalism is very important because, you know, my idea, the brain of cooperative movement, because, and also, and I, library of the cooperative movement, because in Turkey is unfortunately maybe same country, some countries similar, I know. We lost many experience very easy, but journalists every time remember, and journalists have a kind of documents, and so that every time remember past and think for future, because he wished to write something and he must collect all documents. And so that firstly, we come together, we can organize a digital platform, and maybe in future, in ICA, structure ICA, under structure the ICA, we can organize this kind of meeting, and we must announce to other cooperatives, because nationally or internationally, and some countries have very good experience also, like England and some countries. And I know there is very good experience, some Australia, New Zealand, and other countries also is India, and we can share very easy. And we must say that please support cooperative journalism and give job to them, and because in this period, digital period will affect in future or work situation, and so that we can help to each other, because I told you, we are a cooperator, we are brother, sister, we can understand to each other very easy, and we can show the way to each other. And other hand, if anyone is organized in one online website or whatever, we can support them very easy, and we can help to them very easy. And so that I know that we don't have a big income, but if you are cooperator, is cooperator meaning a kind of like a, how I can say, lifestyle. Maybe we don't have too much money, but we are very happy because we have to people, we have to feature. Right now, for example, all over the world, mostly is poor side or countryside, people need more support. Right now, for example, cooperative movement in changing, we must think like a retired farmers. We must think about the kids. We must think about the women's disadvantaged groups, because cooperative movement respect to humanity, respect to environment, and so that this mentality bring together everybody, and we can help to in future to find easy job, and we can progress our situation. Thank you.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, Sharmila.
Hello, sir. I heard you. I think you are having problems, sir.
Am I audible? Am I audible? No. Am I audible?
Can I ask one question, sir?
Yeah, please.
Okay, sir. I want to ask one question to you, sir. Like, how do the cooperative organization consider the cooperative journalism? What are the weaknesses of the cooperative journalism, sir, in your view?
What are the weaknesses?
Yeah, what are the weaknesses, and what are the weaknesses of journalism?
Cooperative journalism.
Yeah, what do I mean? I want to repeat once again. How do the cooperative organizations consider the cooperative journalism? And what are the weakness of our sector? I mean, cooperative journalism sector.
Actually, I think, the cooperative journalism is not given due recognition in the cooperative organizations.
Yes.
This is simply because of the fact that that communications.
Hello. Hello. Hello, you are. Hello, Sanjay sir.
I think he's having a lot of disturbances there.
Yeah. I think we are also having lots of problems. Okay, Anca, Unal, and Rajesh sir, we have our founder, President, Mr. Yadav Humagai. I want to, I would like to request to Mr. Yadav Humagai to keep his one view to us. Hello,
Thank
Yadav
you.
Humagai, it's your turn.
Yes, I am listening. Thank you, Sharmila and Nepal Cooperative Journalist Society. And Namaste from Nepal to all of who are attending in this program. The Cooperative Journalist Society organized this program very nicely to share the view and experience from the cooperative journalists who are working in a different country. Before 10 years, we started Cooperative Journalist Society in Nepal, which already mentioned our friend Rajesh Khanal. In this occasion, I wish the cooperative journalists around the different country continue this type of experience sharing program again and again. This will be more valuable for the all journalists to share the view and experience each other. And I also like to propose we can make a loose organization or a loose network through the cooperative journalist for we can connect each other, and we also loving to ICA or this type of organization for promote the cooperative journalism. I want to propose this type of network to all the friends. Today we are in a small group. After some times we also conduct a meeting that will they participate more friends from different country. I wish the Cooperative Journalist Association from Nepal initiation for this program. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sharmila.
Thank you so much, Yadav sir, for giving best wishes and giving your views to us. Hello,
I
Sanjay
think
sir.
Sanjay sir is trying to say something.
Sanjay sir, we are hearing to you. Okay, sir.
Yeah, there's disconnect in that, what I was trying to say. Sorry, there was a disruption. Actually, I was telling that cooperative journalism is not given due recognition. So that is very, very important, that how we should give a due recognition to cooperative journalists also. And for a network like that, for example, what the other speakers they have told, that there should be some association of cooperative journalists worldwide also. I also really accept this fact that we need to have some association of cooperative journalists worldwide also. But initially, I think we need to have a small network of the people associated with cooperative journalists through an email platform or something like that. so that we are able to share information, we are able to share the issues which we are confronting. So maybe email network or some WhatsApp group or some social media group should be there. Later we can have a full-fledged association or something like that. And moreover, I feel that ICA should also give more importance to this subject of this cooperative journalism. And Yadav has told that this is a small meeting. Maybe we can have a more broader meetings in which ICAs is also involved and other cooperative federations are also involved. So this subject should be more explored deeply. But initially, a small network of the people who are associated with the sector needs to be formed. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your view, sir. I'm so happy to hear it. And I want to ask another question to you, sir. You and others, Anca and Unal and Rajesh, sir, too. What role can the cooperative association and leaders of cooperative movement play to promote the cooperative journalism? So I think ICA, you already mentioned to ICA, ICA is ICA did not give more attention to cooperative journalism. They think we need not that types of cooperative journalism. I just feel that. That's why, what are the role can the cooperative association and leaders of cooperative movement play to promote the cooperative journalism, sir? Sir and Anca, Anil and Rajesh, sir, please, please give your view.
I think they can help by promoting the work we do and sharing it across their social media channels and sharing it with their members. And for example, if someone wants to become a member of a cooperative or someone wants to set up a cooperative, they could be told about the existence of a cooperative publication, because that could help them educate their members. But that's not the case at the moment. So we need some sort of formal relationship with our apex bodies at local level, and kind of a mutual relationship, mutually beneficial relationship, whereby someone can learn about us through the apex or through the cooperative or through the local organization, and then in exchange we will help to promote cooperatives and write about cooperatives and keep their members informed. So I think that's how they could help, primarily by helping to promote what we do.
Here, Anca, I will like to request you that the new COP is already a very established, platform like that. Maybe you could think about, initiating something like this of a cooperative journalism or network or something like that at your level, at the global level.
Yes.
So that is one of my suggestions, maybe. And another thing which you have rightly said is that we should. Though ICA is not taking much interest, but then we need to write to our national federations. We need to sensitize them about this issue. And if we have a network of email through network of people who are associated with cooperative journalism, then that can act as a pressure group also. That can take up this issue also. And maybe and for example, Association of Cooperative Journalists in Nepal. This sort of association should be there in other countries also. In India, it's not there. And as far as I know that in many Asian countries, it's not there. So this type of things, initiatives should be undertaken. Thank you.
In my point of view also, first of all, the cooperatives need to be maintain the transparency, If they become transparent, then the cooperative journalist can do a lot to develop this sector. Another one, I'm also agree with Onal what he said. We need to develop the global network, and if we are able to build up that network very strongly, then obviously all the cooperatives and even the ICA, even the local level federation, they start recognizing us, no doubt in that. Okay, thank you.
Yes, Anil sir, what is your idea about it?
Well, firstly, I told you also maybe after this meeting, we organize in a social media site, because I know some cooperative journalists is not members, their cooperative or their activity is not member of the ICA and other sector organization, because ICA not cover all over the world. Some part of cooperatives with us, but we can make like a ICA promotion about we come together, we must support each other. Also in Europe, some countries also Anca know, some countries not member of the ICA, and so that, but we have new generation. We have some academician work about the cooperative movement. For them, firstly, we must organize also Rajesh channel, also explain that the digital platform site. It's firstly, we must start a digital platform site, because, after this situation, difficult to survive one association internationally. For example, I explained, for example, I work international former organization, also long time was organized all agriculture organization in the world, but they didn't survive because international association need more finance. Also in cooperative movement right now, we spend some finance problem, and so that, but we must use first the easy way. We are lucky because digital platform, a kind of association, and very active, and we can share all documents, and we can organize very in the short time is meeting, and so that platform is a very good idea, and become the first platform. In future, we must think about it. I'm agree. Okay.
Thank you so much, Anal sir, Sanjay sir, and Anal sir, and Anca and Rajesh sir. I want to propose to you, why not start from today for this arrangement? I mean, this type of program. Like we can start from today. We can make a member and. Like Sanjay sir,
I'd like to request you to start the initiation, Sharmila, because you can, yeah, you can in connect, you are in connection to everyone, so you will take the initiation, and we'll obviously join, and obviously we'll cooperate for the cooperatives.
What are you think about it, Anna, Anca, Anal, and Sanjay sir?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
संजय सर, आप तो हिंदी भी समझते हो ना?
जी हाँ, बिल्कुल।
सर, हम लोग क्यों एक के नेटवर्क में नहीं बन सकते हो? आप आज से ही हम स्टार्ट करें तो?
नहीं, आज से ही कर सकते हैं मैडम। ऐसा है, आप
इनिशिएशन ले सकते हो। आई एम हम्बली रिक्वेस्ट टू यू,
इनिशिएशन तो देखो ऐसा है ना,
इफ यू गिव मी अ चांस, ओके, आई विल ट्राई टू डू।
नहीं, एक्चुअली क्या है ना, आप पहले तो वी नीड टू प्रिपेयर कॉन्टैक्ट लिस्ट ऑफ, आइडेंटिफाई ऑल दीज जर्नलिस्ट लाइक दैट इन एवरी कंट्री हु आर देयर, एंड देन वी कैन हैव अ ईमेल नेटवर्क ऑफ ऑल दीज पीपल। पहले तो आइडेंटिफाई करना इम्पोर्टेंट इज वेरी इम्पोर्टेंट। सो देयर आई कैन हेल्प यू फ्रॉम इंडिया साइड, मैं आपको हेल्प कर सकता हूँ, पर जैसे कहा कि आप इनिशिएटिव लीजिए, आई एम देयर विथ यू।
ओके संजय सर, वो तो मैं आपको प्रपोज कर रही थी, तो आप फ्री हो और आप के पास तो बहुत सारे एक्सपीरियंस भी है ना? सॉरी Anca, आई एम जस्ट ट्राइंग टू स्पीक इन हिंदी लैंग्वेज। सॉरी Anal सर, आई एम जस्ट ट्राइंग टू स्पीक इन हिंदी लैंग्वेज। संजय सर, तो मैं आपको वही बात बता रही थी कि वो जस्ट है ना, इनिशिएशन लेने के टाइम है, तो आप इनिशिएशन लिए तो मैं नेपाल के तरफ से हेल्प कर सकती हूँ, एंड Anca also can help to arrange email and social social sector, and Anal sir also can help, and Rajesh sir also, and Yadav ji also can help. And I think we need get the like वो क्या है ना, अब हम लोग आगे बढ़ने के लिए टाइम है, I think. We need to move on.
Yeah, definitely. We need to move on. Yeah.
We need to move on क्योंकि OICA का पार्ट हमारे यहाँ नेपाल के भी NCF है, तो आपके NCUI है, तो Anca have also their own federation, cooperative federation, and also have also cooperative federation. So we can move on from today. So we can start our group, we can start create a group, sir. First of all, and then we can
we can keep on adding the people there in the group. Yeah. We can keep on adding the people, contact people in the group there. So first we need to prepare an email list of all those people connected with each other like that.
Yeah.
We need to identify those people in every country. Then we need to create an email group like that.
Okay, yeah. सर, तो वो है ना, एक हमारे पास कोऑर्डिनेटर भी चूज करना चाहिए. वो कोऑर्डिनेटर हो तो वो अच्छे से काम कर सकते हैं ना, तो मैं आपको रिक्वेस्ट कर रही थी इसलिए. I think Anca, sir and Rajesh sir, we need to choose a coordinator. Then he or she will do everything like social media campaigning and get seeking the cooperative journalist. So I think they he or she try to connect each other. है ना संजय सर?
बिल्कुल.
एक कोऑर्डिनेटर वो हमें चूज करना चाहिए. वो कोऑर्डिनेटर से ही
you become the coordinator. You become the coordinator. जैसे राजेश जी ने बोला ना, you become the coordinator.
Actually, I'm too young. I think let's Anca, can you be a coordinator?
Yeah, sure. If you want me to, yes, I can do it.
Okay, Sanjay sir, what are you think about it?
If let's do it now. If आप दोनों मिलके, you and Anca, I'm there from India side. I'll be giving you all the inputs, giving you all the contact list, contact persons there, and let's start the formation of this email group like that. Let's start the formation of, because this has not been as till date. Till date, there is no such group of cooperative journalists.
Yeah,
email. Yeah. So let's start doing it. Anca has agreed. You are.
Okay, I think from Nepal we have 70 members of Cooperative Journalism Association, but now they are having a problem and net. Someone's have problem net and someone have problem electricity, and they are saying so sorry, yeah, I couldn't appear on your program. So say extremely sorry for that. That's why they couldn't appear in here. But they are joining on YouTube too. So I recording this program and I will keep in my YouTube channel. So I will provide them by our YouTube channel. So okay, sir. I think it's better. Anca, hope we do this work.
Yeah, we can talk. Start with this, even a Facebook group for now, and then it's easy
Facebook,
to do.
Email and Twitter.
Yeah, any of the social media group we can create, and we can adding the people, and we are journalists from all over the world, and that will form a better group, I think.
Okay, I think Anca collect the British, I mean London's cooperative journalist, and Unal sir will help us for collect the Turkey journalist. And Sanjay sir, we are really hoping from you because India is so large country and you have lots of cooperative journalists too. I know that.
I'll do it. I'll do it from my India side. I will do it definitely. This Facebook idea is a good one to start with, to begin with.
Yeah. Yes, we are doing this work from 10 years. That's why a little bit we have lots. We little bit we have experience. For campaigning. Like we have a T-shirt too, sir. CJN.
That's very good.
We printed this T-shirt. Hope thank you so much, Anca, Anal sir, Sanjeev sir, and Rajesh sir, to giving us the time. You are so good, and hope we will keep in touch, and hope we are doing discuss a lot, sir. And Anca.
Let's be in communication with each other, and let's float this Facebook group shortly.
Okay, sir. Why not?
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. Anca, I hope we will do togetherly, and let's hope member will increasing, and we can loving advocating from our side. I mean the cooperative journalist side to the ICA or to the NCF or to the your one cooperative federations. है ना Sanjay sir?
Definitely, this will be a good platform for advocacy lobbying.
Yes,
Very rightly said.
This is good forum for advocating for us. Yeah, we will try, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving time. Namaste.
Okay, thank you all. It's nice to see you all. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Hope to see you all soon again.
See you all. See you soon again.
Okay, stay safe.
Stay safe.
Take care of yourself.
Okay.
Namaste.
Namaste. Namaste, Sanjay sir.